Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's episode of Talking Point. I'm your host, Syed Neaz Ahmed. In our studios today, we have a very distinguished guest, an academic from Canada. He has lived and worked in many countries, including Kazakhstan, the Middle East, Dubai, Bahrain. He has also worked in Canada. He was educated in Canada and also at Brunel in London. Welcome to the show, Dr. Habib Rahman.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure and honor that you came here and you could give us some time.
It's my pleasure too, and I feel very honored that you have invited me. And it will be my pleasure to share my knowledge and whatever I know with
Inshallah.
you. Thank you.
Inshallah. Dr. Rahman, you have lived in so many countries, taught so many generations of students of different backgrounds. You were born in Bangladesh, where the journey began. When you were a student at probably in Sylhet or Dhaka University, did you ever think that your life is going to take you to so many centers of higher education and one day you will be in this position? And how did it all begin?
It's a very good question. I never thought that I would be in the position where I am today. How it began in brief is that I was born in Sylhet in a remote village. And fortunately for us, my eldest brother, at that time, he's an economist. He was an economist and he was doing his PhD at MIT in the United States. And he came back. My eldest brother's name was Dr. Rahman. He was a famous economist in our country. And he came and he picked me from the village. He said, I have to take you out of the village and come with me and get some education. So I was very reluctant at that time. I didn't want to study, you see. And at that time, my mother also used to think that I was more interested in games and sports and these kind of things rather than education. But my brother forced me, and that's how it began. He put me in a high school in Kumilla. Later on, I finished Kumilla, and then I came to Notre Dame College, and I was still staying with my brother, and that's how it began. So he was the main person behind...
Main influence on
Main influence and behind what I am today.
Great, great. It's nice to have somebody who is elder to you,
Yes.
whose instructions you can follow, and whose examples you can follow.
Yes.
You are currently an international development consultant, learning synergy. This is a buzzword, synergy. And what's it all about? What sort of consultation and advice you provide and to whom?
Yeah, you see, this is a consulting firm that is incorporated in Canada initially, and then later on we got
licensed
in Dubai. Basically, it involves 5 founding consultants, including myself. 2 consultants are from Canada, and 1 consultant from Ireland, and 1 from East European country.
Right.
So the main task of this firm is to assist the main one. There are other objectives also. The main objective is to assist universities or academia in the developing world to develop outcome-based education system, as well as the Western-style management system.
Right.
That is the main thing. For example, say, we assist them in developing credit-based curriculum. We assist the universities in the development of management system, governance system, board of trustees, policies, bylaws, and the management system, the student affairs, and all these things that a normal university does, you know. That is the main job. Second objective of this firm is to assist universities in developing short-term programs directed towards mid-level managers, mid-level
Right.
management of companies, firms, for example.
Programs of studies.
For example, we tell them how to conduct an executive MBA program for the business organizations and so on. Sometimes we offer courses for professional development. Even so there are vice presidents,
Yep.
managers of companies.
Yeah, I know
yeah,
several
yeah.
several management personnel. They go for a particular kind of
Yeah, it's a targeted
training, yeah.
thing. So we offer, and a lot of time we invite specialists from the United States, from Canada, from European countries to come and deliver lectures, and they like it. And this is quite an attractive proposition in the Middle East.
Right.
The Middle East universities, they have this kind of programs, and they would like to have these programs up and running and delivered by Western trained academicians. Yeah.
Right. You're basically a physicist, isn't it?
Yes.
But you have gone into educational management and consultancy. Great. You were also at Emirates College for Management and Information Technology. I think that's known as KIMEP or something? No, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
What was your role in that? I see that you held some very distinguished positions there, apart from being an academic in Dubai.
If you allow me, I can start, as you said, that KI, and that is KIMEP. That's in
Yeah,
Kazakhstan.
that's Kazakhstan,
So can I start from there?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I moved from Canada
Right.
to Kazakhstan in the year of 2000, in January. I was hired by the Board of Trustees as a consultant. It's only for 3 months,
This is Kazakhstan's Institute of
Yes, Kazakhstan
Management
Institute of
and-
Management, Economics and Strategic Research. And in short, it is called KIMEP. This is an American-style university, and the president of that country and the other politicians, they decided that they would come out of the Soviet-style education system and go for the Western-style education system.
Right.
So they got me as a consultant to the board, and my task was to advise them how to transform a Soviet-style academic institutional education system into Western.
Just out of curiosity,
Yes.
What is so different about the Soviet-style education system than that of the American, the credit-based, or ours here?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Okay. Now, you see, first of all, in all advanced countries, even I have seen in the Soviet countries, the quality of education is as good as any. You can compare with anyone. But the main problem was the management, how you manage, how you follow the student success, how you gauge their learning outcome levels and these kind of things. That was missing in the Soviet system, because Soviet system was more like a very structured program. Students didn't have any flexibility or any option to enhance their knowledge horizon, unlike the United States and Canada. Even in Britain.
Also, perhaps the students could not suggest something that this is good or this is
Yeah,
bad.
that's what I'm saying. It's more like it's confined.
Regimented.
Regimented, and they are not that kind of, they are not very much free. So management was very controlled and tight, and the student would feel always blocked, so that they unable to express their mind.
So the change must have been a breath of fresh air.
Of course, then I had to go and tell them the most difficult task was not the academic programs that anyone can do, but how to manage student. How do you develop a student affairs in which you can gauge student opinion and perception about the management, about the program, about the learning level, and once you get that opinion, we used to call surveys. You take surveys, then you process the information, and then you build on whatever you have learned and try to develop further, improve the situation.
How intensive were these surveys? I mean, they were a sample or?
Yeah, no, it's very intensive, and this is, of course, this is very common in the United Kingdom here, in Great Britain and other advanced countries. You do all kind of surveys. Normally, the teaching surveys occurs once in a semester for the whole school, for the whole university. Then you go outside, take employer survey. You know, sometimes the student, when they get employed, are they faring enough? That have they got enough knowledge from the institution, the output and this kind of things. Then we go for alumni survey. These are the alumni. What is their opinion? Have they been able to fare enough with the kind of education knowledge they got from us? Right. So these are very extensive things. And then there are surveys of the administrators, then the staff. Right. Are they happy with us? If they are not happy, where are the weaknesses? Where are the problems? We process that information and we try to correct ourselves, you know. And that is a very important part of not only education system, but even in your office, everywhere, you know, you need to understand if your staff or employees are happy, or are you meeting your objectives? And that was
I think this is one of the basic points of management, that if your staff are happy, then they will produce more.
Of course, it's a very good thing. Yeah, of course, if you keep them happy, they'll be more productive, and they will be more outward. They will be able to volunteer their services. It's not like that, oh, you work from 9 to 6 or 8 to 6, you know. But if they feel happy, then they will volunteer their time, you know. They can go beyond that time box and give you more, better contribution and better work, you know. Yeah. So in Kazakhstan, just as you asked me, that was my job. When they hired me as a consultant to the chair of the board of trustees, my job was to give them suggestion and plan to convert the Soviet-style education system into an advanced countries model, which I did over a period of 3 months. And when at that time they realized that I have something I can contribute, they are very happy with my ideas, and they said that, would you stay back? We will appoint you as a vice president of academic affairs.
Right.
And I was very surprised, because most of the faculty and staff were Americans. Right. So in the middle of all these Americans, I am from Bangladesh, you know, and we're from Sylhet. How is it possible? But then the president explained to me, but we are not interested in who is coming from where, but we're interested in what kind of knowledge you can give us, and service you can give us.
Your contribution to
and then I became the first vice president of this university. And then later on, of course, I was promoted next to the senior vice president of academic affairs. And they liked what I was doing. They promoted me to the executive vice president, which is one step below the president. That was all done by the board of trustees.
This vice president and executive vice president, they can be foreigners, see. But the president has to be a Kazakhstan?
No, president was an American. Yeah, this was a foreign, the land was owned by Kazakhstan, but intentionally they made it free. They said, we will give you the land, come and develop education so the other universities can take examples from you. Like in Bangladesh, in our country, there are 2-3 international universities. Our government has given permission for universities in Chiragan.
Okay, Dr. Habib, we'll have to take a break here, and then when we come back, we'll definitely talk about more about the subject. Thank you for being with us. We have to go for a commercial break, and after that, we'll come back with you. Okay? See you soon.